Hi guys, thank you so much for staying true to my channel. I'm going to be starting a new episode of my journey to becoming a sales professional and the lessons that I've learned so far. So please, I would like you to join me on this episode and other episodes that I'm going to be doing for this special edition. It's something that is going to actually enlighten you and help you understand some of the things that I've actually gone through and some of the lessons that I've learned across the journey. So today I'm going to be starting with how I got into becoming a sales professional. So one of the things that you must realize is that every one of us actually have dreams in our heart, but sometimes you don't even know how that dream would actually come to pass, or you don't know the direction in which that dream is going to take you through. And so that was my own experience as well. So I actually studied as a biomedical scientist. And so what that means was that I was initially working in a laboratory and working in hospitals, doing diagnostic testing for patients, or using their blood sample, using their urine, using their stool, and all other things to actually detect diseases and any form of infection. So when I finished and I was working in all these laboratories, one of the things that happened was that across or along the line, I realized that it wasn't something I was really passionate about. And there was a deeper longing on the inside of me for something more. And I didn't actually know how that thing was going to be, or I didn't know what it was exactly. But I felt that it was not just for me to sit down in the hospital or in the laboratory doing laboratory tests. And so there was an opportunity that came up, for like an internship with a company that was actually distributing medical products. And one of the things that I realized was that I just thought that, okay, this could be an opportunity. Let me go for this and just see what this is about, since this is different from what I'm currently doing. And I decided to pursue that opportunity, and I did the internship. And during the internship, one of the things that they took us through was that they taught us everything around how to sell, how to detail equipment. They taught us how to actually, install an equipment to a customer, and every of the other things that had to do with, selling an equipment. And so that was an exposure for me. And I felt that this was something that I would really like to actually delve more into. So when we finished, they actually retained those of us who went in for that program. And so while I was retained, I started off as a product specialist. And what I meant was that my job was just to help all the other sales professionals in detailing products to their customers. So if their customers needed a particular item and they didn't have enough knowledge about that product, they just come to me and I help them to actually explain more about that product and help them to position it so that the customers can actually buy. And so that was what I was doing at the initial time. So after a few months had passed, it happened that my boss felt that I wasn't doing really well in that role. And that was one of the lessons that I learned. Sometimes, you might feel that one particular thing might be good for you, but that might not be your strength. And he said that one of the things that they were going to do was to move me into another department. Actually, it was a very painful period because I thought that I didn't want to fully go into sales where we had to be going, knocking on doors, talking to people. I just wanted to stay in this safe environment where my job was just to detail the product. So when they said they were going to move me into sales, it was a very emotional time for me. And I felt like, wow, is this what I'm going to do? Because I saw the way the sales professionals were being pressured, and I didn't want to go through that same pressure. So it wasn't something I wanted to actually do at that time. But when he mentioned that they were going to move me into that department, I decided to take the challenge. And so they moved me into sales. And in the first year when I started sales, and one of the things that I'll let you know that I'm very grateful to my manager at that time, because it was one of the people that actually helped me to stabilize me in that sales role at that time. And that's one of the things you must realize, that one of the things that you must do, even if you're a manager somewhere, is that the way you actually lead the people under you will actually determine something that you yourself don't even realize, to help them to fully maximize their potential on a particular job. And that was one of the things that actually helped me at that time. And in my first year of selling, I realized that I was very good at it. There were lots of things that I saw come out of me that I had not even seen before. And that's something you need to realize, that sometimes the challenges that you go through is actually to bring out the best in you. And sometimes some of the things that you yourself don't even know about yourself might fully come out through those things. And that was the thing that I realized. In the first year that I actually started selling, I saw that I was able to actually do so well that immediately after that first year, I was promoted to a senior role. And that was one of the things that opened my eyes, that there are lots of hidden potentials on the inside of each and every one of us, and you also watching me. There's some potentials on the inside of you that until it is being tested, you don't know how far you can go, or you don't know how much you can contribute. And that's why sometimes when you have opportunities to actually, rotate or do other things, try and give yourself to them, because you might develop a different side of you that you don't know. And I'm also saying this because there are some of us that might be going through similar experiences where it looks like the things that you're actually doing right now doesn't look like it. And someone is offering you something else and you're asking yourself, is this what you really want to do? Give it a try. You might just see that that thing that they have told you to do might bring out the best from you. And so that was the experience that actually led me to getting into sales. And here I am until this day. So I believe that what I've shared with you today has actually opened your eyes to seeing that there are other sides to yourself that you don't know. But if you allow that side to come out by giving yourself to the things that, might come along the challenge that you're facing, you will see that side of you coming out. If today's video has actually been helpful, I'd like you to actually stay tuned as we'll be sharing more of these tips to reach you. These are things that I've actually learned in my journey, and I believe it will be helpful to you. Thank you so much for staying tuned to today's video. See you next time.